So Eli just got on Soul.
Dude,
Pretty sick.
yeah, Elijah just got on Soul. I mean, I know Elijah, and I felt like I saw it coming, but I mean that it was disgusting. I was yelling at my computer. I don't yell at my computer though. I'm like a lot watching edits. Like that was so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
like the like the single tricks, like nowadays a lot of people are doing these long juggle lines. They have been for a while, but
Yeah,
those are all just single tech tricks.
I know. All those fast hand stalls came out of nowhere. I was just like, I mean, I like single tricks too. I like single tricks a lot. Like I just do them more than combos. So just seeing all those back to back to back was really cool for me. And yeah, I don't know. Those like I can't switch grip to border. I was like, I didn't like see that coming at all. That was crazy.
I want to see that in fast mode just to see, or just regular. I always say fast mode, but it's actually just regular. But just to see like how quick it was. Like that was probably that's so insane. I need to see that in regular motion because like
Dude, yeah.
you would be able to see how quickly he goes from candle and then like see the quick border flip.
Yeah, man. It's so
Oh.
stupid because I don't know.
Um, yeah, super sick. I always get motivated by edits. Like I need to watch more edits when I need motivation because like after NAK, I'm super motivated to play. I think everyone's like fucking playing right now.
Yeah.
Like I saw your stories just like honing in like uh swirls or whatever they're called, pinches.
Yeah, I'm pretty motivated right now. Like I'm playing a lot of Konami these past couple weeks. Yeah, I'm doing like some new that it's not even new anymore. I'm just like, but I'm doing like the new trend from 3 years ago. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
But when I need motivation, I should just go. I wish somebody could. I maybe someone did this, but like save every Kendama edit in like a playlist and just go through and watch them out because there's so many that I'm missing that I think about. I'm like, oh my god. Like I was just thinking about like a older To edit, maybe To's announcement or pro announcement that was super well done, super
uh-huh.
cool, and like I'll go back to
Yeah,
files and rewatch them, but I won't go back and rewatch an edit.
true. Yeah, no, that's so true. I only watch edits like once or twice, unless it's my own. Then I'll watch it. I'll watch it a couple more times. But yeah, I agree. I'm the same way.
Yeah,
Gosh, man.
yeah. So how is NAKO?
I dude, it was fun, man. It was fun. Like it's been a long time since we all got to do that, and then it was so busy. I just felt like, but also I felt like it was really well structured. Like, and I know that it was because single elimination helped things a lot, like move things faster. But I felt like it was the most like smoothly ran NAKO. We were actually on like time and stuff, and like you could actually tell when you were going up and all that. And no, yeah, it was good to regroup with everybody and say hi to everyone. I usually, this is people can have so many different experiences at like a big Kanama event because there's the people who are like, I mean, pro who are competing, and if they make it far, if you're a competitor and you want to like go to the end, you literally have to like keep practice and just think about it all day. And you can, and like if you make it to the final day, well, your first 2 days you're just competing, and now you're on the final day, and the only time you really get to relax is if you get out, or like, or if you like it's over and you win. Like so that's like, so there are those like those are those players who just do that and like really try hard and competing, and then there's the other players who stood in the courtyard for the like all 3 days, like in the hotel courtyard, who just had a way different experience. They're just jamming, having a lot of fun all day, and which I think both sides are really cool. And so you can have fun no matter what. Like if you enjoy competing, I personally like it. So even though I felt like all I was doing all the weekend was competing, like I still kind of cherish that like experience because you can jam. I'm not gonna say jamming by yourself is equally as cool as jamming with everybody in the courtyard, but there's times to jam. You can jam anywhere with your friends or by yourself, just at your own place. But you're only gonna really get that competitive atmosphere 2 or 3 times a year at that level. So it's just like, even though I was busy all weekend, just competing because I ended up, taking it and like make it to the final day and whatnot. I Even though like I was just focused the entire time until the very, very end. I mean, I still had a lot of fun. Just that
Yeah.
like that those emotions and everything. But you just don't those don't come around that often.
Yeah, that stinks though, because I always when every event, it's like I want to go talk to you and Zach, and you're just like in one corner of the main room, like Johnny
I know.
Crap, You three are always just like jamming, and I kind of feel bad like going up to talk to you because you're getting ready. You're like, you can tell like mentally, like you're just honing in.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
wish like it was like almost separate events or something, because I know that like you would probably enjoy it more, like going to the courtyard and like
oh
talking
yeah.
to people, but you're fucking stressed. Like,
Yeah, I just can't like, yeah, I can't go out to the courtyard when I have a match coming up, or like, because I'm just like, well, when like I'm not, I want to play like inside, like where I'm gonna be competing, like I
yeah,
just think about it a lot. So but no, I do like I can I talked to a lot of people that weekend, but it's only for it's only for just for like like a short amount of time, because like I'm saying what up to everybody in between stuff and everything, and I really like that because I love talking to like everyone who like wants to come say hi, or like who I want to say hi to. But yeah, you're right. I'm just like I'm really focused like all days.
yeah. And I guess the bigger issue is that because you're gonna go far, there's always gonna be a match up, whether it's freestyle or open. Like maybe you have a little break, like in the
Yeah,
first day with like beginner stuff, but then you're still getting ready for the first matches.
yeah, right. And yeah, I was in freestyle all the way until the end too. So it's just like I was just like, all right, I gotta keep going. So it was a little exhausting, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, congrats, dude. So you got
Thank you.
first in open and then what, third in freestyle?
Third in freestyle. Yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty
Um,
fun.
how was your open experience? Because it seemed like you were just dominating all the way through. Were there close matches at all?
Yeah, I don't know, the first 2 days I felt good, but I also felt like weird just because these tricks this year are like, you really used to be like NKO being hard and stuff. And I'm not saying the tricks weren't hard, but they
They
weren't
weren't.
as hard as like, okay, they weren't as difficult as like other years, because like I remember 2 years ago there was like double inner tray, and I'm just like, okay, sick. I want hard tricks because I know I can do them.
Yeah.
So like it just
Yeah.
gives me a little bit of an edge. But like these first 2 days where the tricks were really easy, I'm just like, dude, anybody can win any match. Like you could mess up once and you're screwed. So when I was up there, I was like, God damn it, like I really can't like blow it up until day 3. And I had a close match with Wyatt was 3-2, and then that was my one close match of the whole weekend. But I mean, yeah. So that could have been, that was a little scary for like a split second. But then I was like, okay, we're good. But yeah, the third day I liked the tricks because they were a little harder, even though they weren't the hardest. But they definitely like, I definitely like was really confident on the third day. So
Yeah. Yeah. You had an energy of confidence and just like ready to reclaim the title. Like not even just talking to you, because I talked to you and obviously it was cool, but like when you're on stage, I had a feeling of just like you're just ready to go. It was really cool. Like,
thanks, man. Yeah, I really wanted to, because yeah, this is just I just wanted to win it again because this is my last competition in the US until probably next Nako. So I just
okay.
wanted to do pretty good. Luckily, I got first. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, dude.
so what are you doing after this?
After this, I am. Well,
What are you doing now? What are you up to right now too?
I am. So yeah. I'm I came back home to my parents' house because I moved out of my apartment in Seattle, and then I'm here for like maybe like just maybe one more month, or less, and then I'm off to Japan. It's hard to say right now just because they just actually like got all the visa like verification stuff like handled on their end, and then they sent me the papers so I can apply for it over here. So it's only going to take like, it's going to be a little bit like a timely turnaround, but I think I'll be like able to go with with the working visa in like 3 to 4 weeks. So it should be good. And I'm gonna be, and then until then, I'm just gonna go. There's a couple more jams here, like in Washington. Like I'm hosting like well, I'm not hosting. I'm helping out with like a Bellevue, like like this little competition at this college tomorrow, and then we have the Crown Pop Up Jam next week, and then
Yeah.
so I'm pretty busy with that. And then UW, University of Washington, starting again, so I'll be making those jams, UW Kendama jams. So I'm pretty, so with Kendama wise, I'm pretty set up until I leave. But then I'm yeah, moving to Japan. I'm going to Nagai City in Yamagata Prefecture. And it's actually the same city that Ozora is in, the Ozora factory is in. So I'm literally gonna be working like, I'm not gonna be working for Ozora, but like it's gonna be right there. I'm gonna be working for the city as like in like the city revitalization role, which and to be honest, I don't know like 100,000% like what exactly I'm gonna be doing, because until I'm going over there. But like I'll be like pretty much promoting the city of Nagai through Kendama by like performing, teaching, playing, like etc, like just trying to get it on the map more, because the population is decreasing in there over there. And then we really want more tourists or like visitors to come to Nagai city and check it out, because it is in the countryside and it's not as, gone to as much as other places. I mean, even me personally, I've never even been there, but I'm excited for the opportunity. Yeah, it's just gonna be, I can't believe I even got it. So pretty excited to see what I can do over there and what I can learn.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
That gets me so stoked for you to be able to play kendama.
I know. I'm gonna be playing more than I am right now.
Dude,
Like a lot more.
this is like historic, dude. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's up
You're
until
working for
2025.
the city. You're working for a city playing kendama.
Yeah. Yep.
How much of it is you like doing your thing? I guess how much of it is you being able to practice and really like push versus just like teaching and kendama, just like teaching stuff.
Yeah. Right. I think so. It's definitely gonna be um I think it's like an 8 to 5 job, or 8 to 9, or 8 or 9 to 5 job, like if you want to like get into hours. But then there's gonna be obviously like times where I'm teaching in the morning or like something along those lines. I'm not personally there yet, so I don't know. But there is somebody there already doing something sort of like that. His name's Shelby Brown, and I can just tell that he plays a lot of kendama just practicing. So I know there's work to be done and stuff, but I know also for a fact that he gets to play like at least like 2 hours like plus a day. And I think that might be like even on the low side, just because it depends on how much he wants to play. Like I know I want to play a lot, so I'm going to be playing like consistently like couple hours probably most days, and I'm really hyped on that because that is not something I do usually.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a good balance. I think I'll be like teaching and stuff, whatever, and learning a lot through that. But then I'll also be having like an ample amount of time to play by myself. I'm expecting to play a lot.
Who are you going to be teaching? Like beginners, or are you going to be like
Yeah, it's just gonna be like if Josh Grove kind of he kind of he does now, he goes to like like, I'm not saying this is the exact same, but he teaches like young kids like at schools and stuff. It's gonna be kind of like that. I'll be teaching like younger people who like around the area. And then also at this, I don't know if you've ever heard of this place called Spike, like Spike Hiroba, like this like Kendama shop in like Guy City. I'll like be managing that shop a couple days a week, and then while I'm there, like if anybody comes in and visits the city and like goes into that shop, I'll be like introducing them what kendama is, or like helping like teaching them kendama if they want to come. It's just going to be things like that. Like I said, I don't know exactly 100%. Like there could be more to it, and I don't know if I'm explaining it too well right now, but that's a general gist of it.
so
Yeah,
how
to be
long is
younger.
this going to be?
It could be up to April 2025. Yeah. So it could be a couple years, like 2.5 years at this
Wow.
job. It could I can renew the contract every April. Um, but yeah, I think if I really like Japan and want to keep living there, I might, after that contract ends, I might try to find something else near like just like more near like a city environment, maybe. So because I like have a lot more, like I know a lot more people just in this around the cities and stuff like Tokyo or Osaka, and like just places like that. But we'll just see what happens. It's really hard to talk about that and like what I'm going to do now because it's so far away. But we'll see. If I could end up not liking it, I could, there's always a possibility. So we'll see what happens.
So I guess you had a choice after you graduated in the spring, right?
Yeah, I graduated this past June. Yeah.
So you kind of had a choice between like going the corporate route and working and then playing kendama when you can,
Yeah.
or kind of like finding a job through kendama, and you chose the kendama route. Right?
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
idea
Yeah.
to get paid and be able to play kendama like that. This is you advancing your own kendama progression, right? I mean, that's what is exciting for
Yeah.
you.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, I I got this job opportunity like in August of 2021. That's when I first heard about it, and that's when I first knew I could do it. So I still had my senior year to get through of college. But yeah, you're right. Like it's either I stay back here and find a job and play Kendama when I can, just like you said, and then or I can go commit to this. And is exactly what I want to do, because I wanted to go to Japan just sometime in the like future after college, just to like try working there to see if I like it. And then I was like, wait, I still want to play a lot of kendama, because I love kendama. And then now I'm just like, sorry, can you hear that, the chime? Okay, anyway, so I wanted to play kendama, and I got this opportunity. I was like, well, I'm hitting two birds, I'm knocking like two birds with one stone. Just kendama time increase, Japan, like I was like, okay, like I can do both of those things. I can get this experience, and it's like way sooner than I thought. I wasn't expecting to go to Japan like this soon after I graduated. So it's like kind of just I'm just like kind of ready. I'm 22 years old, and I figure at this age, like I want to do something like this to see, it's just like this next chapter in my life, and I'm really excited for what I'm gonna learn over there. Yeah.
Are you do you think this is going to be, would you be okay with this being like a long-term thing? Do you think that you would want to maybe be fulfilled through making a lot of money in the corporate world and working 9 to 5 at the desk? Or do you think you'd be okay with sacrificing that to just push kendama and see where that takes you?
I think right now, dude, I really want to like I really want to just do like something for kendama. Like I just have always that was my goal, but even before I knew I could get this job. Like I just want to like do something one day along the lines of just staying in it and just helping it, and like on like a global scale, just doing something. And this is like maybe that first step. I'm definitely willing to do, like I'm probably willing to do this like that, like as my mindset right now, up until the contract ends, like April 2025. After that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm gonna do, but I'm definitely gonna probably try and ride this out. Just try to help in that city the best I can. And then who knows, like, do I go on and help more like internationally? Like I just want like Japanese players and like foreign players to like understand each other better. And hopefully I can like help bridge that gap some way, somehow. So I definitely want to do something like that one day, and just keep trying to like progress to like a role somewhere like that. Um, so even if the job, like whatever happens after 2025, I'm still gonna be like in that mindset of like, okay, what can I do to like somehow give back to Kendama where I am right, like where I'm in like right now. Yeah.
Right. Um, so you're going to be playing kendama for the next, this is ideal position for somebody who wants to be good at kendama and dominate kendama.
Yeah.
Like for your age, right? Like there's so many good
No, yeah.
in grade school and high school because they can play after school and they have a lot of energy. But
Yeah.
like our age, like 20, I'm a little older than you. Like
Yeah.
to be able to get paid to play, it's just the biggest opportunity if you really want to like grind and get better. So do you have like personal goals of what you want to do? How much do you want to push, and do you want
Mhm.
competitions, like stuff like that?
Yeah. No, I'm genuinely excited that I'm like I get a little amped like every time I think about how much I'm gonna like play even more now. Cause like usually at this age, like it's already like you don't play as much as you used to when you like we're going crazy. Like I remember in 2018, I was playing like a lot after school. And that year I was just kind of got into this role. And
Yeah.
now I'm just like thinking, well, I'm not going to be like able to go to like competitions in the US like usually, like as frequently as I can now, but I'm just going to be playing just as much. And I know I love kendama like more than more than most. I just like love it and just love playing even still after 10 and a half years. And I definitely have goals of, clearly like I want to win World Cup again. I just know if I practice, I have the ability, and I don't know, I just kind of have confidence in myself, you know. So I just to think I can just do something like that again, even if you like, yeah, you like Takia is like absolutely insane, but and I'm just saying, I'm just like thinking to myself like, yeah, it's just not impossible though. Like I can still, I can totally like if I practice and put in the work, I know I can do it. I can like have a good result. So I have the goals of that. And in Kendama, I don't know. I don't know if I have a set goal of where I want to be skill level wise, but it's just hilarious to even say this out loud, because like the main people I think when I think like best in the world are like 14. They're just like, you know what I mean? Like they're just so like Takia and Tiblix, like like I just like when I think of like, okay, who's like who are the others at the top? Like I'm just thinking like I only think of those two, to be honest with you. I know there's like amazing players. Like there's a ton of amazing players, you know? Like I could go on and on about like the best players in the US and then also really good players in Japan. But if I'm gonna like get serious, like the top players in my head, like those are the two. So
Okay.
it's like I just want to be like in that level for as long as possible. And I think with this job, I can totally push myself to do it as long as possible.
Do you have motivation to beat the tap record?
No, but I'm good. But it's just no. Like I'm
What
not
if
gonna do
like
that. But yeah,
like you know, everyone's stoked for you for going to Japan, and then like you put out your first clip a few months later and it's like 22 tap, and then it's like 30 tap, and we're like, oh, he's going for the tap record.
yeah. Oh, he's going for it. Nah, man. I don't know. I'm okay where I am with tap. Like I'll get better at it and stuff. Like I
Yeah.
might push. You never know. Like I have so much time to play Kendama over there once I get there, so I could like push tens and stuff. Like I like to get consistent, but other than that, I'm not gonna go for like
Not pushing
60.
50s, 60s.
Could you imagine doing 60? Like you're there for a solid 10 seconds tapping, like almost 10 seconds just doing this, and just like what? So
It's insane, you know,
yeah, it's stupid.
because you can't like do, I mean, I guess you could do like 20 late, 20 flip, juggle, 20 tap. Like, what do you
Yeah,
like?
I don't know.
You can't, I mean, you
It's
can't do a late 20, like 20 singles, like for a line after what, 10, 12. Like, if you want to like make a cool line, I
yeah,
mean, it just would be hard to.
yeah, it would be tough. God, that's so tough. I don't know. I'm not touching that realm.
Yeah. So what's your like biggest motivations? Is it to, I guess there's kind of three realms. One is making cool edits and making good videos. Two is winning competitions.
Hmm.
And then three is pushing tricks themselves, like imagining the trick that you can do, like you know, like a good example, 4-3-2-1 tap to inward still, 4-3, you know, like those kinds of lines that you can push.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of those three, and maybe I'm missing one, but what motivates you the most?
Um, what does motivate me the most? I don't know if it'd be like competition just because there's not as many to go to in Japan. I mean, like on like the like usual level of US, like there's catch flow and KWC, but it's only twice a year, and I'm just like I'm not going to be focusing on those all year, you know. So it's like I don't know if that would be one in that position. It'd probably just be I don't know if I do have like a single.
I guess what motivates you? Like what, like when you want to grind and you're in Japan and you have 6 hours to grind today. Like it's gonna
Oh
happen.
no, seriously, no, seriously. 5 6. I mean, you know, I might. So okay, what motivates me? I definitely I get it's probably just getting I just want to use this time and get really good because I like it's just a blessing to have like this much time to do something that I really love. So I'm just gonna I think I don't know, it's just like I think I just motivate myself myself like I'm just self-motivated. I think I want if like if I see something on Instagram or like my brother like post something, I get motivated or like I get motivated if I see a really hard trick. I'm just like, wow, I really want to like hopefully like touch that someday or it's just something like that. But it really is just like I think it's just myself. Like I just know I can go further and further. Like I know I'm like not even close to being done yet. So it's just a really nice realization.
Yeah, I mean, I guess are there specifics about Kendama that you're hype about, like consistency or versus like single bangers?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm hyped about I like single bangers. I'm always hyped. I guess in general, if like it's my I don't know if this relates to the question, but I like consistency, like how well someone plays in person. So like if I'm playing really well in person, like I know, I just get pretty hyped. I'm just like, all right, I'm like on right now. It like means I'm just like feeling pretty good. And so I like consistency. I just think that I value that more than most things. So I guess like that would probably be it. Yeah.
I like that's really cool. Like showing up to an event and blowing people's minds and I mean, I guess like it kind of sounds egotistical, but just being able to consistently do insane lines like in person, yeah, that's very
That
motivational.
like that like because not everybody can just do that. Like you can see amazing clips on Instagram, you meet them in person, it's just like you can't help but be like if you jam with them, you can't like help but be a little underwhelmed if they're like not consistent. Like it's you're just gonna like I don't know, that's just exactly like I don't try to think like that, but I just end up like thinking that. So when I see someone that can like hit stuff in person, that's like ultimate respect because that's like there's not a lot of people who can just do that. So that's what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really, really interesting viewpoint.
Mhm.
I really like that too. You know, I love to, I mean, I think Bonds is a good example. Like
Yeah.
just watching him play live, like how slow he goes and how consistent
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Kendama is so much just like missing the trick until you hit it, you know, just
Yeah.
going, you hit, go for the next one. So the opposite of that is hitting triple Ken flip every single time or hitting like 3-2-1 tap every single time.
Right. Yeah. It's just like a reflection of like how many hours that person has put into Kendama. It's just like ultimate respect. Like to get to do something to make it look that easy and like right in front of you and like even if they play it off like oh yeah nice like I just did that no like people will probably look at that and be like oh yeah like nice like because like the person it's himself or herself will like play it off like they just like it wasn't anything but like it actually is like that's just like mastery like that's just like they might play it off like it's nothing but it's like they're doing hard tricks right in front of you that you probably can't do and like that's just so hard but they're making it look so easy that's just like it takes a long time to get there like a long time so it's just respect for
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
yeah
But I guess there was a thing of mastery that um
Mhm.
it's not only kendama. I mean, if you look at any sport or anything, any job or whatever it is, like mastery is something that is so impressive and like motivating and gives you so much meaning, you know, like to be able to master something.
Mhm.
And in every sport, I mean, whatever you're doing, it just has like the person who's mastered it, it's their mind, you know, like I think there's so many comparable things, but like Tiger Woods to golf and Mike Tyson to boxing to Nick Gallagher to Kendama, like it's like it's all those people are it's so similar of what they're thinking and what they're doing and how motivated they are, like how much work they put in, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I definitely realized like over this past NAKO weekend, like I this is gonna sound like funny, but I've like been playing all this time, like over these 10 and a half years. Like my 11-year mark is in January. So and right now it's like September 23rd. And like so I've been playing almost like I'm getting there almost 11 years. And it's just like I've never stopped playing once. And I can just clearly see like the effects of that. And I look and I like at AKO, I was like, yeah, there's really good people here. But I think all this time, like it just like you can just clearly see like a little bit of a difference. And I'm not saying that just sounds like a little like I don't want to sound like it's I'm not trying to sound conceited. I'm just like saying like I can tell like this work has paid off like in some shape or form when I'm
Yeah.
playing.
I mean,
It's
to be
kind
fair,
of weird.
dude, to be the if not number one, the top three player of a sport, you're the most humble person. If you look at like, you know,
Oh,
like the number ones of every other sport, like they're so much cockier than what you than you know. So you're good.
thanks, man.
Yeah. Um, do you think you've played the most kendama out of anybody?
Uh, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know if I just
Like,
it's
has
I've been playing a
Sophia
long
played more than
time.
you? Has Bonds played more than you? I mean,
I'm
Sophia
sure
could
like
have. He's young.
yeah, like exactly. So it's just hard to say, but I definitely I think I've what's really kind of cool is just like after all these 10 and a half years, like I've still stayed consistent and like just over amount of time, like even times where I'm just like, oh, I'm not playing much this week. Well, I'm still touching it like almost a little bit every day. And I feel like that's just like to keep that up is pretty respectable. And because then you'll always get back to the times where you are playing like a decent amount. Like right now, I'm playing like a good amount of like 2 hours a day, like usually. So it's just like it's just I don't know if I've played the most out of everyone, but I feel like I've definitely been the most consistent in my play over time. Because there's a lot of players that when it started, like Corona started happening, they just started like dropping it for 8 months to a year at a time, and I was like, couldn't be me. Like I'm trying to play as long as I can. Like I'll use it. Like that's just how you get like that. I always wondered how like when I was started, I was like, well, if the pros are this good now, and I'm only landing airplane, well, I'm never gonna be better than them if we both keep playing every single day. Well, that's just how you beat somebody is like you just keep playing, you just play more. It's like I'm not the most talented dude. I've met so many other people who've been playing less time than me and played at my school and like they were just way better than me. But the only reason I got better than people is just because I played more than them and like they stopped and like I didn't. So I think that's yeah. I totally strayed from your question.
I love that you brought it's talent versus time or experience, right? Like that's been in my head for so long. And for a while, when I started playing kendama, and I think everyone goes through this, when you see somebody so much better than you at anything, right? Like I just picked up surfing and I see people doing insane, like they just get up so easily. You want, like, for some reason, you want to go right into that they are more talented. They were biologically born to be better at this.
Yeah.
And the more I've gotten older, I've realized, like after me getting better at kendama, me getting good at kendama, uh,
Yeah.
that helped me so much because for every hobby and every sport, I realized that it's like I wasn't talented at kendama. It's just that I put
Yeah.
4 hours. I just
Yeah.
have, like, if you looked back at how much kendama I've played to where I've gotten versus like you, right? Like, dude, it's just hours. And I think something about that is really motivational. And then another, maybe people would take that as also like not motivational, because it's like, holy shit, like he's not talented. He's just played way more than you, you know?
No, yeah, you just get a, like a newfound respect for people, like and like if they're get really good at something, like you just kind of understand a little more. Like I personally don't think you can understand something to its truest extent unless you do it yourself. So obviously I'm not gonna like understand how good someone is really at tennis or anything, but if you know they're really good, you know, like you can just like at least relate a little bit of how much time they've put into it, and it just I don't know, it helps you like because people brush it off. So like people just brush off stuff like, you know, a little bit too easily. I feel like if somebody doesn't have a hobby or anything, they're just like, oh, you're really good at that. Oh, congrats. Like, oh, you know, that's really cool, whatever. Like and stuff. Like they don't really actually like know. They have no idea. They have like absolutely no idea of how like what it takes to like even like get to somewhere like that. And they can't even like respect it like properly, which is like totally fine. I'm not like, you know, not everyone's gonna be like that, but it's just cool to actually be able to recognize what someone like has put into something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most people expect that talent plays too much of a part versus
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. And that's it's a little tough to say that because talented people, I've come to realize like they have like they fall out of things a lot faster than people who don't have talent because
Yeah.
they can pretty much choose like what they can be good at. So like they start anything, they're like, oh, I have a knack for this. Like, but I don't know if I want to do it. It's like, well, okay, like that's it. So that's why I used to be jealous. I used to be like jealous of people who were talented and stuff, but like I'm actually kind of glad I'm not because through focusing on something for so long, like kendama and like actually working on it, I've like established like this confidence in myself. Like I know like if I put this much time to something, I can be good at it. And that just relates to my other hobbies in my life right now, which I'm really lucky to have found like three things I'm going to do for the rest of my life, like kendama, exercising, and like Japanese. Like I just know for a fact that if I just continue on this route of just constantly being consistent and just working at it a little bit every day, even just a little bit on days I'm not feeling it, then I know I'm going to get somewhere and become like the best version of it that I can. Like it's just like Kanama is just proof of that. I'm at where I am with Kanama today because I've never quit and I've just done it almost every single day. And I literally think that's just like that's why it's so easy for me to think like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do that with these other two things and get as good as I can. And I have no doubt. I have like literally zero doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what is it about kendama that you want to dedicate your life and you want to you feel that you are able to still push it and I mean, it's taken so much of your life, of your time. Like, why kendama?
Why? Sorry, like why
I
do
mean,
I keep?
if you could pick any hobby or anything, whether it is a career to get honed at, which is a kendama,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
why do you think that kendama is worthy of your time? Like, what do you like so
Yeah.
much about kendama?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's hard to find something that you can like constantly challenge yourself at. And I think Kendama is something that I can. Like it's just, dude, I thought like before Ben Harold released Fringe Case, I thought I'm not gonna say I like mastered. I'm not gonna be like I mastered Kendama. Like I was getting like I thought I was like, I can do most things. I can do most tricks pretty well. And I was like, I'm like
You're
getting
almost done with kendama. Like that's
and
what
I wasn't
you're
I
almost
wasn't gonna be
done.
done, but I was like, hell yeah, like I'm pretty well rounded. And then all these like string things came out, and I was like, dude, what even is this? And I literally did not do them for 2 years. Like I just skipped it, and I was like, oh, I totally know what it feels like to skip like an era of tricks. How people can't juggle like they couldn't juggle. Like skipping that, I was like, oh, that's me now with this stuff. And I'm just like, so now when I'm trying to do that more nowadays, like I've been like like dabbling with that stuff for like the past year. It just like really like comes full circle. I'm just like, dude, this is never ending. Like I can do this as a lifelong pursuit, and just like having that mentality of like getting better. I feel like that just makes somebody like a better person. I just think so. Like if they have that drive, you can just tell when someone like cares about something that much. Like not a lot of people care about something like they have like this hobby that they really care about. Like and when somebody does, I think that's just absolutely like so cool. Um so I think that's just why I love kendama. It's just I have something like that for the rest of my life that I can just keep challenging myself at and just really care about. And plus also my brother has done it with me my whole life. Well, like these past 10 years, so it's been easy to like keep myself challenged. I look at him and I'm just like, like he does something, I'm just like, that's absolutely crazy. And obviously we're brothers, we're like a little competitive. Like it's like with everything, it's like, oh, like even though like just like a silly like example with exercise, oh, you're gonna do one more set, okay, me too, like I'm gonna do that too. Like it's just something, same thing with kendama, like, oh, you're gonna like grind for more, like you're gonna practice one more time through the tricks, like so am I. So it's like that's what helped me, just having somebody to do it with too. Yeah.
Um, is there stuff that Zach is better at than you? Like throughout your 10 years together, has he always been better at certain tricks?
Oh yeah, dude, like inward gunslinger, I that's like
Oh, yeah,
my
he's good at that. Yeah.
that's my worst trick. That's like in Kendama. I feel like that's one of my worst tricks, and he is absolutely disgusting at it. And I'm just like, all right, bro. Like you got you. I'm never gonna touch him like at all with Inward Gunslinger. It's just so funny. But yeah, he's definitely been better than me at Inward Gunslinger. I would say he dabbled more with like forward space walks to the ball to the tama.
Yeah.
It's a specific trick, but he got really really good at that. Those are just the two off of the top of my head. He's just like really good at. So um just like flat out way better than I'll ever be. So at those tricks. So it's like those are the two that come to mind for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I'm sure. I mean, like your playing ability, it's probably like 99% similar, but
It is. It is, dude. It is. We play really similar. When I watch him play, like I'm not desensitized to Zach, but it's just like I'll watch him play next. I'm like I've been playing with him my whole life, and I see him do some crazy stuff. Like, but it just doesn't like hit me as hard. But when I watch him again, like next to other people, I'm just like, oh my god! Like if this was anybody else, like right now, like that wasn't you doing these tricks, I'd be like scared. I'd be like flipping out, you know. But since it's Zach, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just he's really good. Like, thank God, you know, it's just Zach.
it's unfortunate because it's just there's a blessing and a curse to having a twin, and it's just like there's two of you. So Zach, it's going to be like less hype, or like I
Yeah.
don't know, like what you guys want. Like he won second, you won third in freestyle, and it's like a package deal, sort of like. If it was a different person, not a twin, it would be its own individual. But you guys are the Gallaghers,
No, yeah, yeah. I kind of know what you're talking. I kind of know what you're getting at there. Yeah, for
Yeah, I mean, if
sure.
it was a
Man, so
different, like, it's like a different person, not a twin of you, it would just be like, I don't know. But everyone, I think the whole community kind of associate you guys together because you're twins. So
yeah. No, right. No, no, I think people do. At first, I was like obviously, I like to like be my own individual self, and I feel like I feel like community has like individualized a little bit more. They're like instead of, but there's always people out there like, oh, they have the Gallagher's like did this, and when it's really only like one person like doing that, but it's like it's just a package deal. You're right. Like it's honestly unavoidable. Like we look identical, we're identical twins, you know, and like we're both at like the same, we're both Sweets pros. Like it's not like we're like very similar in our like skill levels and like in everything else. So it's like yeah, I feel like we both have a good presence in Kendama. So we're it's just like that. So that's why people can say like Gallagher's and stuff. It's like it's just easy. So I totally get it.
Yeah. So you guys just came out with a new shape recently. I
Mhm.
played it. It's really, really cool. I really like the rim, the stall points, like the Serato, how it cuts in a lot and it just hooks your finger for slings. That's
Yeah.
what I'm kind of doing right now. Everyone's freaking out about the slings.
Yeah, the slingers.
So you guys were developing that for a while, right?
Yeah, man. That's why it took so long. That's why people were like, "Where's the new sweet shape?" Because we were like designing two, like we were and our new pro models at the same time. So it took a while. Well, at first, okay, I want to be honest. Like at first, we didn't know we were going to design two, and then after we got a couple of protos, we're like, okay, we're making two shapes. Like that's just like most ideal way. And then yeah, so we started like I want to say so we started like our first meeting about pro models and stuff like in April 2020. But then we really got started with it like October 2020, you know, like really getting the ball, like really getting after it. But I'd still say that that was like pretty much, yeah, the G shape just released. That was like almost 2 years ago since we just like started doing that. Anyway, yeah, it took a while, man. Like at first I didn't know what I thought about the Slinger Cup. At first it was only on the small cup. And then I was because I play on righty Kendama, so I slung on big cup. And I was like, I don't get this benefit. Like exactly like this is so good for sling. I was like, is it? Because it feels the same. So I was like, make it on both cups. So
I was messing with
yeah.
that too for like you can see a really crazy. Oh, it's not on this Kanama, but like there's a little indent here, and then at one point I had a really big one, but it was like Franta on my team was like, "We cannot do this. I hate this. Do not do this." I was like, all right, fine.
That's funny. That's hilarious. No, yeah, but we've
So
been
you
doing
guys
this.
just did the whole Serato, which is
Yeah, we just did the whole thing. And I think it honestly, this drop went really well. I think like I was worried a little bit because it's like a very unique shape, but I really like mine and it looks like other people are really hyped on it too. I see people doing crazy gunslingers. Like they always tell me, like I'm getting a lot of messages like, oh my God, I just did my first quint, my first four, my first six. And I'm just like, let's go. Like, let's go. So it's pretty cool.
um. Do you guys test out? Oh, I have two questions. One is
Yeah.
about bigger shapes. I mean, what do you think about bigger shapes? I'm sure you've tried to play them before. Like, I mean, I think Soul's bigger, Lotus is bigger, NJK is bigger.
Mhm.
You know, there's a lot of bigger shapes out there. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I know they're all really good for lunar.
Yeah.
So that's good. I mean, it's a little tough for me to like play those because I mean I'm sure I could get used to any Ken if I played it for a long time. But right now, like I mean the amped is like it's tall, but it's not too
No.
thick. So
It's like thin.
you know, so it still like doesn't feel too crazy. But when I play big shapes like NJK, I'm just like NJK is absolutely massive. So
It's
and
fat.
even when I played Lotus too, I was like, oh, this is like that was like the first shape. I was like, oh, this is crazy big.
Yeah.
Not they're not bad, obviously. Like they're good Kenamas. It's just not something I'm used to. When I see like I notice a lot, I notice like a certain style of play with most of those Kenamas, like they're not doing the same tricks I usually do. Just because I don't know, they're just doing like a bunch of lunars and stuff and more like not as like stally or tech lines. Which is I just feel like maybe it's just the players, but I know like I could do those on those shapes if I really tried because I mean you can if you just want anybody could if they wanted, but I think they're just more suitable for different style of tricks.
Yeah.
You know?
So I guess your tricks can flips, taps, stalls, slings. And I guess a lot of like flips and you don't, it's not like a lot of juggles, but a lot of like quick movements and stuff, inward flips, right?
Mm.
And I can see, you know, a smaller, finer shape would be better. And then like the bigger shapes, like I personally like doing a can flip on a bigger shape because my hand is kind of bigger and I can
Yeah,
feel it more.
yeah.
But it's definitely, you know, it's more honed for lunars, which I think is a more common trick than a sling.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But is that fair? Like the tricks that I mentioned are kind of the tricks that you prefer more, and that's what that shape suits you.
Yeah. Like yeah, you're right. I like stalls. Ken flips, like I like doing those like intricate tricks that like take a little more precision. Like I love lunars too. I love lunars, but I just yeah, you're right. Like you can clearly my style is clearly like those tricks you just kind of listed. I love those tricks. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then paint. What's your favorite paint?
I mean, I play cushion. I like cushion. People have like, I mean, I know people go back and forth about it, but I genuinely like do feel like it's the best for me, literally just because it breaks in. Um, for like stall, like I mean, I don't know. The hype for friction clear is real. Like it's it's very very hyped up. Some are like a little more miss than hit for me. Like they're just not as grippy. Some are absolutely insane, but just a little bit. I've only played a couple that are just
Yeah.
crazy. They don't break in as nice for stalls for me, in my personal opinion. I just can't stall as well on them, and I love stalls. So if a Kendama can't stall, I'm probably not going to play it, to be honest. So I like cushion. I know there's another like I know there's like tons of great paints out there now, but I've tried like Adrian Esteban clear.
Rhino.
I've tried like brick clear. I've tried like other stuff, and don't get me wrong, like if I played it for a while, I might start liking it, but there's just nothing like cushion for me. But that's also completely biased because that's all I play usually. So
Yeah. Do you
I
play?
like cushion.
You don't play any sticky? Do you play only cushion basically?
Oh no, I mean I like sticky. I like sticky. I definitely respect. I like sticky because like you can still get it good for stalls, and I do stalls, so that's what I like it. But cushion, if I want to like compete, I'm probably using cushion. So
What have you found works best to get a good stall dama? Is it like, I mean, I think the shape has something to do with it, the Ken shape, but is it paint? Is it the way the tama breaks in?
yeah, I feel like it's just like maybe wood combination. Like
Okay.
I think that's also a good factor because like even when I had cushion on like when Sweet Soak was doing cherry tamas and stuff, like back in 2021 and maybe even a little before, they were like, we're gonna do cherry on everything, like on all the customs because like it's easier to weight match. And I was like, dude, I was like, no, because like they just weren't. It wasn't breaking in for stalls. Like it's good for stalls for me, and I got like pretty mad about it. And I was like, what is happening? Like, so I think wood plays a part for sure. Like that's why I always like a beach tama. It's like it's pretty nice, and maple's not even that bad either. But like a beach tama, like a sturdy Ken, like a maple Ken, even a beach Ken's okay. Like, anyway, yeah, I just like that simple combination for stalls and stuff. Um, yeah, I'd say that's a big factor for me
So
because
ideal
we just
setup.
came out.
Go ahead.
Oh, because we just came out with the Splice V8, and it's an ash Tama on the bottom, and ash cup, and ash like the top like ash cups, and I'm just like, yo, that doesn't work for stalls, So
I was gonna
I hate
ask
it.
you.
I'm just like sorry, but like I got it. It's a fine kendama, but I'm just like I'm not stalling on it. It's like slick. I can tell it's just not doing it for me, and I'm just like, so now that I think about it, wood combinations matter a lot for me. So
Maple beach tama is ideal for you.
for me, I'd probably say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to share my screen and show you the form video.
Oh yeah.
If you're cool with that.
Let's do it.
I filmed 8 different people.
Mhm.
I think I think everyone is just kind of people you expect. And then there's one guy named Tim who is, I don't know if you've seen him, you should definitely follow him. He's like not working, just grinding 8 hours a day, like always grinding kendama. He got really, really good. He's really new. And so his form is really unique. It reminds me more of somebody who, just started. It's not like he just started because he's doing triple eight Ken flips and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just want to get your take on everything. And I analyzed them all like a ton, and because I'm making a video for it. And your form is really the most unique. Like I'll compare like Liam and like the dude from Kusa, the kid Jacob, not Jacob, Benji. Like there's like one kind of form in me too. It's like very typical and a regular form. And I think like you have a pretty unique form. So I want to pull this up.
Okay. Sick.
Have you Have you like analyzed form before? Like looked at people's like, especially like Japanese players who I think have the best form out there. What do you think about that? Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean they all look. I mean, yeah, like overall, like most of the players, like when they juggle, they kind of look the same, and so they all look like they play the exact same. So
Yeah.
it's like hilarious. I can definitely tell. Yeah, I definitely look at people's form like unconsciously, and I can tell if like, oh, they look good playing Kendama. Like I know like it looks natural, and I think I really respect that. I think it just comes with like overall time. Like my friend's been playing for 10 months. He just did quad still flip the other day, and but when he plays, like he's definitely not he definitely still has room to improve on like the fluidity of his motions.
Yeah.
So it just all comes with time for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
in my video, I'm going to preface that like form isn't everything, obviously, but
Yeah.
there is something very important because if you look at like Mike Tyson is known to have the best form in any sport because he started at 10 years old. And so if you
Mhm.
watch his like, have you ever watched Mike Tyson's like highlights or whatever? Not much.
No, not
Okay,
much.
so you should check it out after because it's such a good example of mastery of a sport when it comes to form. Like he started really young. This dude just took him in. And you watch like you obviously people punch and you've seen like boxing and regular boxing matches. So if you see like how he does his shoulders and his head, like he's known to have the best form. And like another example is like Tiger Woods. Like
Wow.
he has the best form, like one of the best forms in golf, but that also he's like, the GOAT.
Yeah.
So I say I kind of want to preface it, but a good like there are definitely examples in every sport in Kendama where you wouldn't it's not necessarily ideal form because it is kind of like anecdotal. Like Johnny Crest is a good example. His form is really unique,
Yeah.
right? I mean, like the way he
It's-
catches, the way he juggles, the way he does anything. I'm always surprised that it ended up spiking,
I know. I feel the same.
like a late four. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I know. You're like, what?
Yeah.
No,
So it's a
no,
good
yeah.
example of like, dude, he got second and open, like
Yeah.
he's a top player, but
Yeah.
his form is super unique.
Right. No, yeah. Sometimes I'd be like, how did Johnny even land that? Like, but especially when he like juggles into taps, I'm like, those aren't gonna go. And then they go. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. But I've been
Yeah.
obsessed about form forever because I played basketball and I grew up playing basketball, and that's really important to get a good shot form.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's so comparable to Kendama with keeping the Ken straight and watching the Tama spin. And like if it doesn't feel right to me, if it doesn't look right on the camera, I don't I want to like if I need like for example, I used to juggle with the Tama on the right and I didn't realize that I should like I watched who's the Japanese player that won in 2019, the kid.
Rui?
Rui?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rui Sora. If you watch his juggles, like Tom is very clearly to like the back, like left. So like when he does a tap, it comes back here. Um, and that's when I like corrected myself because that's gonna, the string's gonna be better. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Yeah, you look into it. That's sick. That's
I'll show you
sick.
in the video, in the form video, like just it's really cool to look at, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see this.
The 80% right now.
Dude, I'm hyped. I guess I don't really look into form as like as detailed as that, but
Well, you're
yeah,
really
I just
fortunate because you don't need to because your form is really, really solid. Like,
that's good. I'm glad. All right, well, sick.
yeah, like
Did
your
you get
Ken
Bryson
flips
doing it?
are high. Say that again.
Did you get Bryson doing it?
No, I should have. Bryson has great form too.
His juggles are really clean. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But
But
like
anyway.
you and like Zach taps differently than you, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. He always gets it's so like he always gets me so like antsy when he does it in freestyle because I'm just like, oh shit. Like I'm just like, are these I don't know if these are gonna go. Like because like he like it just looks so like he's just like it looks like he's like fuck. He's like, I really hope this works out. Like, it just it like reminds me of that. But like he can tap pretty well. It's just like it looks like anxious, So
It,
when he
it
does.
feels loose, right? Like his it's like his wrist is locked, his elbow is just going back and forth, right? Like that's what it
Yeah.
looks like. And
Yeah.
I've honestly been trying to do that more because You do that more too. I think you and Zach do that the most. Zach does it the most, and then you. But I don't see many players like even the top tappers like Tiblex and Takuya. They don't really tap like that. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's ideal or not.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like whatever they're doing is ideal, but but
They have regular looking taps.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Takuya's and Tyblex's taps looks pretty similar.
they do. Yeah, they do. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it.
Hey, I started my first anime last night, Death Note.
You did?
Yeah, I'm stoked, dude.
You never seen like an anime before this?
No, I never ever watched any anime. My brother Matt watched a lot of Naruto, and he's watched a few animes, and then he really kind of motivated me to watch it. And then, dude, I like the first episode. I was so impressed with how cool it is and how different it is. I like
Yeah.
film a lot, so it's just like the
That's
visual.
cool, dude. Death Note's good.
Yeah, did you like Death Note?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good story. So that's like I feel like if people, yeah, it's if even if you aren't really into anime yet at first, like anybody can watch it. If you like that one, then another one that's really cool is Attack on Titan. That one's super popular, and the people who like don't even watch anime, they just love that show. So
Okay, that's
it
my brother's favorite one that he recommended me.
okay. It just makes you think. But anyway, yeah, this is I got the video up on my computer. I'm just gonna start watching it when you tell me to, and then yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Is it working?
Oh, nice.
Are you watching Alex right now?
Wow, Liam tossed that up really high.
He gets so low.
Yeah, jeez. Example of a voice. Jacob.
Yeah, dude. Thank you.
Oh my god, that mustache. Sorry. Anyway. He has good juggles. Gino's is definitely different.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like different timing, especially the end juggles. I don't know if that is what he usually does, but they were really kind of weirdly timed.
Yeah. Okay, this is whoa.
Dude, his taps are so late. It's insane. I don't know how he does it. He's just a grinder. Like he goes for every tap every time. It's so sick.
That's so funny. Dude, what the? Oh, Ben. This is
Quick. And it's all
Oh, sick.
it looks funny. You were actually a slower one because I
This is
timed on the
trippy. Oh
first
my
tap.
god.
All right, what do you want to look at? What do you want to go back to?
Can we that was so trippy. Okay. Dude, Gino's I've always known his juggles are just like he makes it look hard.
He makes the trick look extra hard.
I just feel like he makes like I bet, but that's also that's not even like that bad of a thing because like people watch his tricks like all the time. He does a lot of juggles. He makes it look like a lot more exaggerated than other people, I think.
Yeah.
So it's
He's
just like
showman.
so it's like, oh wow, like you just did that. And other people like do it like not like that at all. And they're like, okay, brush it off like it's nothing. But he just makes it look a little like a little more like he like puts a little more effort into it than other people. Maybe he doesn't, but it just looks like that.
One thing I want to
Obviously
show
I'm
you.
not I don't know if I'm like analyzing form like clearly as in as like closely as you, but that's just like something I noticed.
Watch one thing I want to show you is like go to Alex
Alex, yeah, second.
and watch where his taps are like in relative to his body, like his face versus his chest.
Wait, sorry, his taps in relative to his body, but what'd you say about his taps? I missed that.
Just like the height of his taps, like it's right around like the chest level. Like if you watch,
Oh,
like when he throws it up, he goes right around the neck, like chest. You see that?
oh yeah, I'm watching that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you're done, go to you
Okay, I'm gonna go to me. I'm gonna watch this. So now go to the
and
beginning.
look at where your taps are.
Okay. Oh, they look
See how much higher that is? Like
a little higher. Yeah.
the first trip tap is at your mouth,
Yeah.
your
Sure.
nose. I mean, I thought that was really interesting because really nobody throws him up that high. Maybe Gino. Gino goes pretty high too.
Yeah. I noticed. Yeah. Gino does go pretty high. I'm gonna just watch myself again and then watch Alex again because I feel like one boom. There's always that split second of throwing it after the chem flips to make it like I can even notice like Alex when he throws it after the chem flip, it's a little faster. Like it
Yeah,
just looks a tiny bit more rushed
yeah.
than
If you look at I think it's not that Alex is a beginner, but
yeah.
and obviously this isn't his cleanest attempt, but
Yeah.
like Tim specifically, I mean he's obviously the newest player of all these.
Yeah.
But that rushness after the trip late, like that kind of like late juggle where you kind of push your wrist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see that. Edwin did it a little bit. And out of all these people, Edwin did this first tee and it was clean, which was really, really sick.
Yeah. I noticed he did it first. Yeah, I was like, oh nice. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
But if
see.
you watch Edwin,
Yeah, that it goes fast.
yeah, it goes fast and the rhythm isn't as like accurate as yours.
Yeah.
You really
Right.
reset after the trip late.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I want to show you, everybody had their tamas weren't as consistent, except Edwin's. And I think ideally, like if you did this in a comp for like KWC, you would have it more consistent tama. But if you watch your slow-mo,
Oh yeah.
watch
Yeah.
you see the tama the whole time.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
your trip late, it's kind of twirling like up this way, which is good because the string's down, and then your juggle, the trip tap, and then the juggle is when you spin it again naturally, but then the tama was down here when you spun it, so it's going crazy.
Right.
And then I think mostly everybody did that, like their tama was a little, but go to Edwin's slow-mo. His tama
Yeah.
perfect. Like the whole time his tama is perfect. Like
Yeah, it was
spinning
really good.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
Yeah, that is cool. I definitely spin off every single swap release.
Yeah.
Just naturally. I just spin yeah. That's why even on that attempt I was like, I guess. But I was like, I guess I'll take it. But yeah, I noticed that the tama was not clean, but it was all good.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I spin off most things, so it's like I can't like if it's facing down, then well, it's not gonna look as good just because yeah, I'm spinning it.
And
So
I
it's
think
not
that's
gonna
one of those things where you know, like when you finished the trick, you landed it a few times when I was filming you, but you were just like, that's not clean, let's do it again. And it's kind of like a feeling. And like to anybody else, like to just a normal Kendama player, they'd be like, what's the difference between those two, that you, the one that you didn't like, the one you did like? But I think the feeling relates to like that tama spin. You know what I mean? Like it relates to
Yeah.
Ken not being straight. Like you, it's a feeling that you can't really like pinpoint what specifically went wrong, but
Yeah.
something did go
Yeah.
wrong.
It's just
You
a
know?
feeling. Yeah, for sure. Oh,
One more thing I want to show you is and dude, if you look at the Japanese players after this, they have this honed. But watch Schultz's slow-mo and watch where
Yeah.
he places the tama in reference to the Ken. It's gonna be like instead of it being here, it's kind of here. It's kind of in front of the Ken.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
After the tap specifically.
Oh, okay. There it is.
So then we can go back to you. Like you do a really good job of keeping everything on a vertical line, but that's like also those tamas are going right. Like after the taps, it's I mean a little bit in front, but it's still really, really like for you would be to the right, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if you pull up a clip of Rui, like just go to his Instagram, he doesn't really post a lot, but
Uh-huh.
his tamas are like behind the Ken in a really, really cool way.
No, yeah, I guess that you say that. Yeah, I guess you're right. These subtle differences, I never really like paid attention to like how, but like they are. Yeah, that is why they're different. Yeah, Jacob's juggling is really clean. I feel like his release when he goes for a juggle spike is always so clean, and it looks really cool because he gets it in front. Let me go check out Rui real quick. Because he is like really like his juggles, I feel like from memory are like really like condensed together. I think.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think. Let me see like his 10 tap juggle spike here or juggle bird.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on his Instagram. Oh, it is back.
I think that's clean, dude. I think that's good form. I'm not, I mean,
Oh yeah, it looks good.
doesn't it look cool?
Yeah, wow, they're all back there. What the heck?
Super far back.
What the?
Yeah, just the second to last post. It's a good example of after his taps, like that's when like after Schultz's taps is when the tama would go more in front because you don't have much time, but Ruby just resets it like so quickly.
Yeah. Dang, it looks clean. Wow, I don't really look this hard at this stuff. This is cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is clean.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you did or not.
No, yeah. I mean, I paid attention to like. I mean, I got us on a service level now comparing to you, but yeah, this is definitely new for me.
Yeah, I think like I did surface level two. Just you get a good feeling of like what looks good, what doesn't look good when you watch other players, and then you kind of like subconsciously put that into your own play. But when I started playing golf, there's videos like looking at every piece of the form, like the shoulders, the knees,
Yeah.
the wrists. And so that's when I kind of converted that to kendama just to see because dude, if kendama, I mean, as it grows and if it becomes a big sport, then that's going to be analyzed, like that's going to be looked at
Mhm.
just like every other sport,
This is nice. Yeah, what the heck? Wow. That was cool, dude. I definitely I'm gonna have to watch that again when you put it out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean I can just watch it whenever because I have it on my computer, but yeah. Dang, dude. That's cool. People don't make stuff like that. That's cool that you made a video. It looks nice.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much room for stuff like that with the kendama. Like,
Yeah.
look at any other vlogger, like a sports vlogger. You can just imagine that can be for kendama.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Everybody who knows you, my friends are like, oh yeah, he always makes really nice Konama content. So this is just adding to that, dude. This
Yeah,
is cool.
thanks, dude. I want to go back to NAKO. before we
Uh,
end it, just have to go soon. But we started with NAKO, but like you came in wanted to win.
definitely.
Um, the last few you didn't win, like the few last online comps, Liam, and then the last battle, you got out surprisingly early.
Yeah.
Did you practice as much for those? Like what went wrong on those and what did you do this time?
Oh yeah. Well, I will say, I think I don't know if you were talking about this recent comps, but I think, okay, so I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna just take it back to 2020. So I won the online Nako 2020, and I
Yeah,
practiced
yeah,
for
yeah,
that
yeah.
pretty hard. And then after that, like 2021, like
Battle and then NAKO.
I didn't, yeah. So in 2021, I actually just stopped practicing for competitions that much in 2021. Like I just didn't.
Okay.
And hey, I didn't win one that year because
Yeah.
I got second 4 times. Like, so it's like, so I was like, oh, it was just, and that it just makes it all so clear to me. Like, if I don't practice, then there's really not a good shot of me winning. And if I do practice, well, then it's not guaranteed, but it's a better shot. You know, I can have confidence in my ability. Because there's always stuff to refine in the tricks that you practice for a ladder. But anyway, yeah, I didn't practice for those like all year. Not even NAKO, like with 2021. I didn't practice that much for that. And then Battle of the Border 2022, didn't practice for that. Like so, like I just didn't. And so when and it was so funny because like people came up to me and was like, because I didn't place or anything, and they were like, a couple people say like, dude, what happened? And I was like,
Are you okay? Like,
and
are
I
you
was
like
like,
relationship issues? Yeah.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I guess it's really like that. Like, but no, it was really funny. It's just so clear to me, like if I don't practice, I don't deserve it, and if I don't deserve to win. Like it just if I've barely ever done that before where I barely practiced and won, and that's only because probably other people didn't practice either. So it's like, and so it just goes like that. It just makes it very simple for me. Like if I want to practice, then I'll have a shot. If I don't, well then I can pretty much like go in there with like low expectations because I don't deserve, in my opinion, to like be at the top. Like if
Yeah.
I make
Well,
it,
hey, I mean, props for not practicing and still getting second in most of those
oh
comps.
thanks,
Yeah.
thanks.
We need to like note that. Like that's insane, right?
No,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Thanks. No, but this one though, this one NAKO, like, well, it was just clear. Like I knew like I had to practice to have a shot, and I'm glad I did. I definitely could have practiced more, but I in the like 3 weeks before I started really like because I had an event in Washington, Bellevue Kendama battle, and then so I wasn't really like focusing on other stuff. It's not like I competed in that, but I was trying to like run it and stuff. And then Zach didn't practice for NAKO either until after that because he wanted to win BKB, and he did. And so after that, we started practicing a little more for NAKO, and then we definitely could have like started when the tricks came out because that's ideal, but we didn't. We waited a couple weeks, so there was room for more practice. But I definitely did grind the tricks like a decent amount, because I wanted to be comfortable with them. I was like really kind of sad they were like easier because I was like, dude, I have to like get these like every single try or else I'm like screwed. So I definitely practiced them this year, and well, it paid off because ended up winning. It's just like, yeah, really just like it's just a 9-day thing for me. It's just like I've just like over these past 2 years, like if I don't practice, I'm not gonna get it. Like that's just what it is.
what's practice? So you didn't practice until 3 weeks before. Was it an hour a day, a few hours a day?
No, it actually, I mean, yeah, I mean, sometimes it did end up close to an hour some days because I would try to like, at first I was like, I would do tricks like once, like just once and like twice. And then I started doing them 3 times in a row because I heard Johnny was doing that. And I was like, oh, that's a really good way if I like don't have Zach to like play right now. Like, so it's like, oh, like I'll just try and get them all 3 times in a row. And sometimes I'd get really pissed, like, because what if you keep missing the third one like over and over? It's like, well, shit, like now like I have to like go do it all over again. So that was a good thing though to like drill the tricks. And then I like started practicing with Johnny, like playing him and stuff. And Zach sometimes, like barely, honestly, with Zach, because we were just busy. But yeah, I definitely was like an hour, like some days, and then I think at the highest it was probably like I didn't have like many days like this. I like hour and a half. I don't think I ever practiced them for like 2 hours, but it's just more of the thought, like it's just more of like the just doing them every day for me.
Yeah.
Like just like actually dedicating like time. I'm actually gonna focus on these tricks, like gonna actually try. I'm not gonna like go through them once and just be like, okay, got them done. Like, no, like I actually am gonna like focus for a little bit and like try them. So as long as I do that every day, then I feel like that counts as a good day of practice.
Do you have a checklist? Do you have anything you track? You just look at the tricks online?
I mean, yeah, I copy and paste the tricks online to like my phone notes, and that's all I do. Like I definitely started marking. I started doing this like near the end. I was like, I had notes by every trick because I can always make subtle. You can always make subtle adjustments on how you do a trick to get like the success rate just a tiny bit higher. And you definitely want to like have like a one way mentality of doing a trick because like you don't want to be second guessing yourself on stage. Like, oh, do I do it like this or do I do it like this? Like, you want to like have it decided right now because you don't want to like you don't want to guess yourself. Exactly. At least that's what it is for me. So I definitely tried to like tweak some stuff for each trick to just like get my success rate just a little bit higher and then remember that every time I did it. So I would like not be second guessing, like, oh, am I gonna get this? Like, is this the best way? Like I thought I would think like I found the best way to do it and then
Yeah.
went at it. So yeah.
And then you would just go in order of tricks every day?
Yeah, literally. And if I was short on time, like I would practice the ones that I would do some extra practice on ones that like I are weaker, or if like I didn't have time that day, I would just do those. But yeah, generally it's just like it's nothing too crazy. I just like do them. So
Yeah. And then those notes under, it's just like, make sure you do like I guess maybe the candle like turn is a good one, right? Like you take the tama.
oh yeah. Yeah, for example, for that one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have the tama hole facing to the right. I'm gonna think of like a half circle. I'm gonna do it like as straight as possible in front of me, not sideways. And then when I was bouncing on the candle, then I'm gonna like wait to stabilize, and then I'm gonna like hop it off to the left, like sideways, because I found that was the best way I was gonna get it. So just little things like that. Yeah, that's stuff like little stuff.
Are there certain opponents that you go up against that you're more nervous to play?
Uh, this time, I don't think so. I just know people are good. Like I usually have I'm not just gonna say like I'm not freebies, but like if I usually have a couple matches at Nako or like a big comp, like a couple, like the first couple, like I'm just like, okay, like this guy's been playing way less time than me. Like I'm probably gonna like I feel pretty comfortable that I'm gonna win. But this time, like I played like people I knew that were like, good players like every single round. So I was like, wow, this is a little different. It's totally fine, but yeah, it's just like I don't got it easy on any round. I'm not gonna go into a round like the first round I Luke for. Like I've known Luke my whole life, like my ever since like I literally since I was 12, and like I know he's a good player. So it's just even those I played him in first round of freestyle and open, like so it's just like I definitely not a sleeper round, because I know he can like he can be good at
He's good.
like
Yeah.
competition and stuff. He's not a bad player by any means. So just stuff like that. And no, and usually I just have confidence. I like if I practice, I can just beat anybody. So it's usually yeah, if I'm playing like a better player than before, like I'll feel like I won't feel as like, oh, I got this easy in the bag. Like it's just like it's not like I'm gonna play like Zach Gallagher and play like some I hate to say it, like I'm not gonna say random, but like some person I don't know and be like, oh, I feel like at antsy like playing either of them on the same level. Like no, like I'm clearly gonna be like more comfortable playing this guy I don't know rather than Zach.
Do you
But
get shaky?
huh?
Do you get shaky?
I feel like I did shake once on stage this on NKO, just bouncing like a bird against against Dylan for I don't know why I shook, but like I felt like I bounced it or whatever, but I was like I felt like this this jitter, and I was like, what is I was like, what? Like, bro, what is that? So so I don't know. Sometimes I mean I'm not gonna say shaking goes away forever. Like I've been doing this for so long. I don't feel like I shake, to be honest, like that much. Like if anything, like just such a tiny amount, like maybe in one match. But it's not like a shaking thing. Like if I miss, I just miss. Like I just and even if you don't shake, like it's not gonna it's not like you're doing a trick like session at home. Like there's still pressure, like you cannot shake and still miss like because the pressure is on you. But I don't think shaking messes me up that much. Like even I was talking with Johnny, like he says he shakes a lot still. So and he's an experienced competitor, so it's a little different.
Do you think you're better on stage with the pressure than you are at home?
Like you think I play better on stage?
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I like the pressure because I can get into it really good. I can just like kind of enjoy it. Like if I get on a roll and stuff. But if I'm at home, like if I'm just gonna say like freestyle and stuff, when you like have to get tricks and to get like good scores, like I mean, nothing. I don't think a lot of people play better than when they're just honed at their own house. Like when you've been sessioning and you're warmed up like for an hour and a half, and then you like start getting really good at your own house, just playing by yourself. Like when there's no stakes, like you're not afraid to miss or go for something crazy. Like that, I think, yeah, I'm definitely not as good as like I am at my house, but that's
Gotcha.
normal.
Yeah.
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 I just try to like get as good as I can here so I can maximize how good I can get on stage. Cause like I feel like both levels will go up. That's just
Yeah.
a weird way of looking at it. I mean, sure, like there's rare occurrences, like when So won World Cup pressure, that was the best run he'd ever done in his whole life. He had never done one run even like as good as that at all. And he just hit his best run on stage. Like that doesn't happen. That's a 1 million chance, but
Yeah.
I guess it's possible. So
Yeah. I guess you're saying if you play like 25% of your ability on stage than you do versus being at home. If you increase your ability being at home, then that 25% is going to be higher,
I feel like, yeah, I feel like it will get higher because your comfortability with tricks and whatnot. And then maybe it'll take some time with competition experience for people who haven't been doing it as long. But yeah, I feel like the better you get at home, like you won't, I don't know if you'll ever be like, you can be like absolutely insane on stage. You can still be absolutely insane, but I feel like just at home, like if I'm playing it like I'm at home, like nobody's gonna even touch. Like I feel like nobody would like even touch like what I'm doing. So it's just, but I feel like that's what a lot of people could say. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I really, really appreciated talking to you. I really like this conversation. I'm excited to
Dude, yeah.
put it
This
out
was so
there.
fun. I'm down to do it ever, man. I love talking about Kendama. Like I love Kendama. So
Yeah.
it's
Maybe
just,
we'll catch up again in Japan. And
yeah, dude, I'd be down. I'll give you an update.
yeah. You can give us an update. And I'm so excited for you to go over there. I heard that you were doing that, and it got me because I love kendama and I love sports and I'm competitive and I love the progression of it, and just the fact that like the best player is going to go over and have so much time to get honed. Like it's just so exciting for me.
Dude, thanks. I'm really excited. No, I'm excited too. I've thought about that, and I've had I've had people say similar things. So it's like getting me a little excited, a little nervous.
Yeah. No pressure, but it's
Nah, for sure. I'll do my
no,
best.
but like you're gonna you love kendama, and you are gonna be able to have the time and the availability and the opportunity to play more and push yourself. So it's just like so sick.
Dude, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, man. All right. Well, sounds good, dude. Thanks for talking. I'll upload this maybe next week or something, but I really
Cool,
appreciate
dude.
it.
I'm excited. I'll thank you again, man. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Nick. See you.
Peace.